Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Well, this is our very first episode of Funny Medicine.
This is Evie.
And this is Julie. Evie is the doctor. She's going to be the superhero in this at every episode going
girl.
forward. Yes.
No, you're definitely putting everything together.
Okay.
I just showed up.
Okay. Well, I mean, you were working. You have a 1-year-old also.
Almost 2.
Yeah. So there's a
can't
lot.
believe it. Yeah, I know.
So anyway.
And you have a crazy 4-year-old running around right now.
Yeah, but it is what it is. Where summer camp needs to start sooner than later. Anyway, so in this episode, what we agreed on was that we were gonna just give you all an introduction on who we are, what we're planning on doing with this podcast, and what we're planning on moving forward.
Get to know us.
Yep, because I know that sometimes at least I've listened to some podcasts and I'm like, okay, so who are you though? And what do you do? And what's your background? And there's never really...
Who am I listening to?
Exactly. And it's why are you saying the things that you're saying, So anyway, that's pretty much this episode. So if you started off in another episode down the line, you could go back to this one and this could be hey.
Our introductory.
Exactly.
Is there any way that we can pin this like TikTok?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh.
And I'll definitely be able to pin it in Instagram for sure.
Perfect.
But anyway, okay. So, this is who we are. I'm Julia Burnett and I'm a millennial.
And I am Yvette Gonzalez. I am also a millennial. We were both. Oh, here we go. It already started. We were both born in Miami, Florida, but we're Cuban.
Yes.
Like every other person in Miami.
Exactly. We're the typical Miami Cubans.
I love it.
Love it. And that's why we're drinking, because we knew that this episode was going to be all the nerves and all the things.
Exactly. So for every episode on here on out, there will be a drink of choice.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, God. So I'm typically drinking wine or some variation of that. And then Evie.
If anyone knows me, you know what I drink. It's a tequila, soda, and water. Tequila. I can't talk today, apparently. I'm going to have to drink more tequila. Tequila, soda, water, and lime.
That's the perfect excuse.
Oh, seriously.
So yeah, back to our CVs. We're both 30. Well, I'm 34. You're about to be 34.
I'm about to be 34 in 2 weeks, boo.
Yes. I'm a Taurus. You're a Gemini. You're exactly like my husband, but female form. What can I say?
If only I could find my male version of Julia.
Well, if you're out there and your name is Julio, please send us an email or a DM. Slide into our DM.
Oh my God, no. This is not about that. It's the one moment in my life where I don't want to talk about my love life. But anyway. So, did we talk about our podcast of what it's going to be like?
No, we were going to kind of touch up on that now, so go ahead.
Perfect. So, we are Funny Medicine. I don't know if I should clap when I do that.
Doesn't matter.
Audio is
you do
right.
you.
Okay. So, we are Funny Medicine. We will basically choose one topic every single episode, pretty much medical related. And we're pretty much going to go from there.
Yep.
It'll be a surprise. Stick along for the ride. I can promise you will laugh at least once.
Yes, absolutely. And then you're going to hear a lot of different idioms. We're from Miami. We have accents. We are aware.
You know, when I listen to myself after I record myself, people do that all the time. I know I cannot be the only person that listens to themselves after they record something like a video.
Yeah.
And I get so annoyed with my voice.
Oh, girl, don't even.
But power through it, people.
Yeah.
You'll get used to it.
Absolutely.
and the more we drink, the more our accents come out.
Oh, yeah. And then we're going to switch over to Spanglish, and those words are going to come out. It's well, you guys will hear it. Just stick for the ride. Exactly. Exactly. So anyways, like Evie had said before, why we have these accents and whatnot, and why you're going to be hearing Spanglish is because our parents are Cuban. And of course, our primary first language was Spanish. And then, of course, we go to school. We went to school and we speak perfect English.
Yeah. And we speak perfect Spanglish.
Exactly. If you're from Miami or you've been in Miami, you know what we're talking about.
Yes.
But yeah, so then what's your current work, Evie?
So I currently work as a pediatrician. I'm currently in Miami Beach. And I'm in outpatient pediatrics, so I see a lot of what's going out in the community. And that's my main job. And, the job I wish I had was, like just an at-home TikToker 24/7 since, that's what I'm doing when I'm not being destroyed by my almost 2-year-old or work.
Yeah.
Or phone calls in the middle of the night from hospitals.
Jeez, I don't even know how you do it. But like, anyway, I mean, how many patients do you see like a normal day?
Oh man. On a good day, like busy season is busy. Yeah. I've seen up to 37 patients a day. And that's not including the babies I see at the hospital.
And that's like within how long of a time span in the day?
Oh man, from like 10 a.m. till 4:30, 5.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's like some patients that I only see for like 5 minutes. And then there's some patients that, need a little bit more of my time. So they get a little more time. So it ends up like balancing out. But there are days where everyone, it's like when it rains, it pours.
Yeah.
Everyone has a problem. Everyone needs like, true like medical attention.
Yeah. They're like real sick.
And I hate saying that. Like, I don't like saying like true medical attention. Like if you're taking the time out of your day to go see your doctor, like I'm not, disregarding that. So, but it's just different. Every single day is different for me. Well, I don't know how you do it, girl, because just being in here for 5 minutes since you're in your house.
I did warn you.
The dog peed twice.
Yep.
MR showed me his balls. MR is Julie's 4-year-old, by the way.
Yes.
He's a wild child, but he's hilarious. He's so freaking cute.
And you're godmother to him.
Yes, I am his godmother. Very proud of him.
Yes, tell you. I know you are.
I am going to go to the club with him. I am.
I know you are. And you're going to probably go with him to Ultra.
100%.
And all the things.
100%.
So yeah.
I'm never too old for that shit.
No, I know. I could see it now. You up there, like, I don't know, Tiesto or whoever's up there, and you're like, yeah. Like, I don't know who's.
But to be honest, I don't know how you do the 4 dogs.
Oh God, yeah. Okay. Well, now I have a 4th dog, the little baby puppy, 6
4 dogs, a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're a business owner.
Yeah.
You've been doing the podcasts.
Yeah. Yeah, and then look at my lovely stack of books right here.
Oh yeah, on your books. Yeah. Like, and by the way, Julie's also an author. Okay, so
oh God,
I don't know how you like just do all that stuff. Because I feel like my day is very like, all right, 7 a.m. Yvette's gonna wake up. 8 a.m. she's gonna be stuck in traffic. All right, 9:30 a.m. still stuck in traffic, pissed off, but almost getting to work. I work till 4. Zoom out of work, go back home, and I have like. Yeah. You're just like octopus legs, everything.
Yeah. There's a lot of times that I wish that I had like a 3rd arm or something like that. Like it's weird. I get it, but I swear it's not a freaky anime thing. I promise. But it's just like, there's a lot of times that I just have like a dog in one hand and then like a juice pack in the other. I need to open the door. Like, I don't know, like something.
Emma, open the door.
Exactly. And then he falls on something or throws something or I don't know. It's just chaotic. I did warn you. I'm like, when you come in today, just prepare yourself. It's just chaotic. So it's just, that's my life today. But anyway, so yeah, that's me. That's, that's my work, I guess you could say, stay at home and do all these things, with my mom as well, because also, my mom is here and she helps me out a lot. Like right now she's taking care of MR while we do this, but I don't know if you've seen it with your parents of like, the older they get, the more you have to like, kind of like treat them like a toddler.
100%.
Jesus.
100%.
Oh my God.
Like, I think this is what most millennials are going through right now. It's like a phase in our life that no one talked to us about.
No, I had no idea.
You're going to have a phase in your life, maybe around your late 30s, early 40s, where you're going to start realizing that you actually take care of your parents more than what you thought.
Exactly.
And it's like, no one talks to you about this.
Right. Nobody says anything.
And you're like, what the
Exactly. And I'm like, you used to do my medical appointments, my doctor's visits. You used to take me, and now I'm taking her, and I'm making the appointments.
No, at least your mom goes to the doctor. My dad, he's a 2-year-old. He's the 2-year-old. He will not go to the doctor. The literal only way I got him to go to the doctor is because his doctor would not refill his metformin after like 3 years of not seeing him.
Jesus. And metformin, for all of you people that don't know what that is, it's like
it's a diabetes medicine.
Diabetes medicine. There you go. Yeah, very important to get that refill.
Oh yeah. And you know, like as a diabetic, you should probably check your sugars, do your blood work every so often. Thankfully, my dad hasn't had any complications, thank God. But he literally did not go to the doctor. And the only way that we finally convinced him to go to the doctor was because his doctor literally declines refilling his meds.
Oh God.
And he's like, no, well, now you're going to have to, I'm going to force you.
Yeah.
But forget it. But forget trying to convince him on a colonoscopy. Okay? And I'm a doctor. Okay? My brother is also a doctor. Yeah. His wife is a doctor.
Oh my God.
Okay? We literally have like PAs and nurse practitioners in our family.
Yeah.
Okay?
He's surrounded.
No, yeah. And like my mom is super responsible. My older brother is like super, like has a great relationship with his doctor. But literally the only person in my family is my freaking dad. And he's like, I'm fine. Like every other Cuban. Yo estoy bien.
Yeah.
Yo no tengo nada mal.
But those are Cuban dads though.
Yeah.
Like impossible. Like there's no way.
No, yo no tengo nada.
Their leg could be falling off. And it's like, well, maybe now as it's falling off, you know, and it's like, oh my God, it didn't need to get like this. But you know, I know. I get it. I totally freaking get it. But yeah, we went off on that tangent, but that's going to happen a lot in our episodes.
Back to our CV.
So where did you graduate from, you know, from as early as undergrad and forward?
Well, we both graduated from FIU. Panthers, baby. Even though like our football team was only popular for like 1 year.
Yeah.
And we never made it to like any big bowls.
No.
I think, what was the bowl that we made it to? One of those football bowls. It was like a college bowl.
I went once and I was just drunk, so I don't remember.
Yeah, it was like the one time that everyone got drunk because it was the one time we got to tailgate.
Yeah,
the only time we got to tailgate.
Great fun. The only
I know. You know what's crazy though? It's like if you go back to FIU, it's like insane how much has changed. Have you been?
It doesn't even look the same. No, I haven't been in, but I've just driven by it.
I've driven by it, and it's crazy.
I'm kind of like, now I'm proud. Now I'm
like,
damn.
It's like,
yeah, I came from there.
Yeah.
Of course, it was half the size of what's happening right now.
I know.
But like,
that's insane.
It's pretty awesome.
I know.
And their med school is doing great, and the whole thing. Like, I mean, their med school opened up when I think Mario was interviewing for how do you call this, for med school?
Yeah. I think so too.
Because you started med school earlier, like 1 year earlier than Mario, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
But even like, I feel like.
And Mario's my husband, by the way. Sorry.
Yes, Mario. He's like my brother. Okay. Yeah. By the way, Julie, we all met. We should tell them that story.
Yeah, and now since we're in FIU, let's go into that tangent.
So back to where we were in FIU. So Julie and I, we actually didn't know each other at all.
No.
We had never met previously, but literally like growing up, wow, literally, that's it. I already saw Miami.
I know. It's going to happen.
Yeah. So as we were both growing up, we had like these like two alternate lives, but we were both like female, same age, Cuban parents, private school.
And you went to the private school right next to Mario.
Yes.
Like you must have known each other at some point.
I promise I never saw Mario. And I hung out a lot with people from Columbus.
Yeah, it's crazy.
BT Dubs.
Well,
I graduated from St. Brendan.
Your brother went to Columbus.
And you went to Brito, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're not even going to talk about Brito. It's like in that song, like the song from this Disney movie Encanto, like we don't talk about Bruno. Yeah, we don't talk about Brito. Like,
I'm not even going to talk about St. Brendan because if you're from Miami, you know exactly what they used to say about St. Brendan. So I'm going to just slide over that.
Put it under the rug.
Yeah, just, Anyways, fast forward, FIU.
Back to that.
FIU. So we had this friend in common.
Yes.
His name rhymes with Schleo. And Schleo and I actually knew each other from high school through mutual friends, even though we never hung out. But then we ended up, he was kind of into the whole entire pre-med track.
Yep.
And then I guess he had a class with Mario.
Yeah, and then like they started studying the MCAT together and whatever. Like that's where it became hardcore.
Got it.
MCAT, and then you jumped in.
Yes, and then I jumped in.
Yeah,
and then I'm walking into the library, and then Schleo is like, "Hey, I'm gonna go like see some of my friends real quick. Mm-hmm. You should meet them. They're really great." And then I'm like, "Okay, fine, whatever." I didn't really care.
Yeah.
And then...
Well, we also needed to share tables because there were like no tables anywhere. So that's how we all met each other.
Literally,
like, you got a table?
Fight for a table.
My friend's cousin has a table on the 3rd floor in the Green Library.
It was either the 3rd floor or the 7th or 8th. No, well, the 7th or 8th. I can't remember. But one of the floors was like the quiet floor.
Yes.
That you even breathed loud And there would be someone, there would be someone literally telling you to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, or looking at you hard as shit.
Hard as shit.
Yeah.
Hard as shit. But the third floor was like a party floor. It was like
and the second floor. Like everybody in business school or whatever, they were all there doing like their cute little, you know, PowerPoint presentations and stuff. And we were all here dying, learning biology and whatever. Because I'm a biology grad. I did nothing with it, but whatever. Here we are. And
you did a lot of stuff with it.
Yeah, I mean,
did a lot of research.
We'll get to that eventually in this episode, I think. But anyway, but we're here like, oh my God, our midterms, we're gonna die. It's not freaking out about like glucogenesis and like the Krebs cycle and all those crazy things. That why did we have to learn that? We didn't. Why we still did it? Because if not, we were going to die, or at least I felt like I was going to die because I'm type A like that.
Never once ever did I ever have to look at a plant for botany or anything like that. Yeah. But you know what?
Torturous.
Maybe I should have, because I'm a plant mom now that kills every plant. So maybe if I would have paid a little bit of more attention to my, what is that class called? What was the class that we had to take with all the plants?
It probably was biology.
No, it wasn't biology. It was one other one. The one that we studied, like the Darwin species.
Genetics?
Not genetics.
Genetics was like
definitely Darwin, but no, which is the one that it was like it was one of our main ones too. It's like one of the ones that we had to take for our freaking major.
Well, it was bio, chem, physics, and like a whole bunch of math classes for
ecology?
No freaking reason.
Was it ecology?
Yes,
ecology.
I liked ecology.
Julie, of course you would. Of course you would. Literally the only thing I liked about ecology was that I had a hot professor. That's it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because I went to the other campus.
Oh, that's a smart way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was hot. He was way older, but he was cute.
And that's why your plants are dying, because he was hot.
Exactly. Well, at least now in memory of him. He's probably like some old dude right now. But anyways.
Oh, God. So Schleo.
So Schleo.
There's so many tangents.
No,
we went off on a tangent of a tangent.
But so Schleo.
Yes.
So he, mind you, like to get to these tables, it's like, like past the second shelves, turn left, make a right after the break.
You're overlooking that lagoon, not the other
there's
lagoon.
Gonna be a random cubicle.
Yep.
Make a right on that cubicle, and then there's gonna be 5 tables, and we're the one to like the left-hand side. Yeah. And so we're literally going through this freaking maze to get to you guys. And then as soon as we get to the table, I see this girl with resting bitch face.
Oh yeah, my RBF was strong back in FIU.
Bad resting bitch face. Like in Spanish we say cara de mierda. Like bad. And Mario, Mario's like super chill, super nice. Yeah. He's like, hey,
Mario will make friends with the wall.
Yeah. And then I'm like, I'm over here like, hey, hi, I'm Schleo's friend. And Jules just looks at me like, bitch, don't interrupt me.
Well, I thought you were dating him because Schleo always had like a different girl he was dating like every freaking week. But mind you, he had his main also. So I'm here like, this is awkward. Like, who are you now? Because
he was a little bit of like a weird.
Yeah, there was a lot going on.
Yeah,
there was a lot going on there.
But anyways, I'm like, hi, and then I just fell in love with Julie. I loved her. I loved her from the start.
We hit it off.
I know.
Like, it was just like,
and then that's it. Literally, his only point in life was to bring us together because we tossed him out.
Yeah, useless after that. Like done with him and his sketchiness. We're like out with you.
Out with you, but but you, you're the love of my life.
But I'll keep you. Yeah, you're coming home with me.
And that is how this friendship was born.
Then, that's how we first met. And then don't you remember, I think it was like the second time around that kind of like solidified us was when I don't know, I was in Starbucks with Mario in the bottom of that library. And you're there with all these books and also like all these applications to different med schools.
Oh, yeah.
And one of them was for Australia.
I know. I can't believe I was going to go to Australia.
And Mario was like, Australia.
Yeah. Mario was like, Evie, shut the fuck up. Like, you're not going to Australia.
And you're like, I'll go wherever I have to go, Mario. Anywhere. I will go. If it's Australia, I'll go. And it's like,
I was so weird. Why was I so weird?
No, it's not that you were weird. It's just we were so hopeful and full of life and hope and wonder back then,
And then
let's go to Australia.
If only I could have a minute to talk to myself back then.
And be like, espérate.
Yeah.
Which means wait.
First of all, bitch, put the application down. You're not going to Australia.
It's a whole day's travel.
But what if I would have met an Australian man?
There you go. Maybe that's it. Maybe in a parallel universe, you did go to Australia and you're out there in the outback, galloping away in a horseback.
Horseback, not a kangaroo. Bitch.
You don't want to be on a kangaroo's back, huh? Like maybe on the guy's back as he calls you. Like, what did they call it? It's not lassie. Or is it lassie? No, those are the Scottish.
I have no idea. All I know is
Sheila.
Sheila. Oh yeah, Sheila. I was a Sheila too.
Man, you would have been a Sheila. Damn, somewhere in another parallel universe, that's you out there in the outback rescuing Aborigines and dingoes. And well, I mean,
cheers to that, man.
Cheers to that. I mean, you're not a vet. I don't know why I said dingoes, but there's that.
So yeah, that is how
that
we
is
met.
up by you. Yeah.
And dude, okay, this is another tangent that I'm going on. But when we read 50 Shades of Grey,
holy hell. Yeah.
Okay, literally, guys, Julia and I did not do anything.
Oh my God.
But freaking talk about
we were too obsessed.
50 Shades of Grey when it came out. And that is like definitely dating us. So we were reading 50 Shades of Grey.
I know.
And in our physio class, like one of the most important classes for our freaking major.
And hard as shit.
And really hard.
Yeah.
Really hard.
We had for both physio 1 and 2 the same freaking professor that was hard.
He was bad.
Bad.
I'm not going to say any names.
No.
But he was bad.
Nothing. We're
literally, we taught ourselves that class.
Yes. It was a he, and that's it. That's all we're going to say.
Yeah.
But, oh my God. And you couldn't even, like, going to his classes, his lectures were useless.
Useless. But I'm pretty sure, like, we had to show up for attendance, right? I think that was one of the classes that they, like, mandatory made us.
And it's because he was that bad.
Yeah.
Because nobody would have showed up otherwise, you know?
Exactly.
Whatever.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
I know. Awful.
I forgot about all those, like, lecture things.
No. So, what was I saying?
So 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh my God.
Best, I don't know why, like, I do read, but that book was like, you know, I think the book became so popular because it was like the one book that it was like, oh my God.
Exactly. Nobody had really like come out in the limelight, like that popularized of that like
of
type
that
of
kind of read.
Yeah.
You know, like erotic.
And somebody had given it to me, and I want to say it was Shlio's. That's what we're calling him. Shlio's main girl. That she was reading it, and then she's like, gave me a copy of it.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then remember, I sent you the PDF of that copy, and then we were like, oh my God, have you read
every single time? Every single time.
I couldn't.
Have you gone to chapter this and this? And I'm like, no, don't tell me anything.
I know. We were obsessed, but that was pretty much our physio life, you know.
Oh man. Dude, we can dedicate a whole entire podcast to our college. College experience.
Definitely. But that was FIU for the both of us, and then you went from there. You went to...
So I took 2 years off.
Yeah.
And I worked.
Yeah.
I was a scribe. So honestly, I mean, again, this was back then in like 2012? We graduated 2012.
Yeah.
So in 2012, I feel like the best job back then for anyone that was going into medicine was like being a scribe.
Yeah, you learned a lot.
So you learned a lot. You're like there with a physician. They totally abuse you. You're like doing all the notes. You're like fixing everything. You're partially an assistant to any procedures.
Exactly.
So,
you're learning a lot of like the medical terminology as well and all that stuff.
You're learning a lot of the medical terminology. And to be honest, like I know a lot of people that have gotten jobs of where they used to scribe. Like,
I didn't know that.
Talk about full circle.
That's pretty awesome, though.
Yes. So, tangent.
Yeah.
My dad, thankfully, he's okay.
Yeah.
But he had to go to the hospital because he was having some symptoms that, were concerning for a heart attack.
Yeah.
And so I went with him to this hospital. And I'm there, they're doing an EKG on my dad. And I hear a voice of someone. And then I'm like, I know that voice. And then I turn around and it's a really good friend of mine from college. And we were both like in the same like pre-med society. And he used to scribe at this hospital. And now he was an ED attending at the same hospital. And I literally told him, I was like, dude, full circle. You are now, not only did we study together for our classes, but you are now my father's doctor.
That is pretty badass.
In the emergency room.
That's badass.
So it's like crazy how like things
I'm
go
glad
full
that he
circle.
landed back in Miami because and we're gonna get to that. Like just because you were born and raised here, you did all those things here, it doesn't mean that you're gonna like end up here. It's like pretty much impossible to get a residency position here. So we just get sent all over the freaking nation.
Yeah, and we will touch up on that.
Yeah. So then, like, I'm glad that he made it back, like you did, you know, type of thing.
He made it back. A lot of us have family here. We have our roots here.
Yeah. So a lot of us like the Hispanic type of thing to like come back to your parents and home, and you know we're all close.
You can take the people out of Miami, but you can't take the Miami out of the people.
Absolutely.
And somehow you end up coming back.
Yeah. As much as we were like, oh no, if we land here or whatever, we'll stay there. And then, I mean, look at us, we're back here. So.
I know, we're here. We're here.
Hi,
we're back. Love you, Miami. I really do. I love Miami so much.
You do. But you're like Mario in that too. Like Mario and you are just like Wade County 305.
You too.
I am, but like not to. Girl, while we were living in San Antonio,
you know how much I love Tampa.
No, I know, and Tampa's great. I do love Tampa too. But like, dude, I don't know. You guys have it at a different level than me. But anyways, off on that tangent. So then. Med school, where'd you go?
Oh yeah, so back to that. Wow, Jules, you weren't wrong about the tangent.
I told you. That's why we're only going to be able to do like one topic maybe.
I know.
And then it's just
it's like crazy because I feel like our topics are going to be way better because right now we're just like rehashing things that we already know about each other. And we're just like doing this like for our listeners so that they can get to know us a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. I think this is going to be funny. Mm-hmm. But anyways, so I went to Rowan SOM. Shout out to all my friends back there. I know in Jersey, we were in Stratford, Jersey.
Damn.
That is like South Jersey. That is like a little town. I'm very thankful for the little town because to study medicine in a big city, like, you need zero distraction.
No, I cannot imagine studying medicine in like New York City.
Yeah.
Like Brooklyn, like anything like that. I don't know.
Honestly, the most amazing thing that I learned, first of all, the people that I met. And I'm sure you can attest to that by all the people that you guys met when you guys went to Grenada.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But like the people that I met, the friends that I met, it was like the first time I ever lived outside of my house.
Yeah, it was for us
and
too.
I was
it's bad.
24.
Yeah.
I was 24. And a lot of people are like, oh my God, you didn't go away for like college? And I was like, no, girl, I stayed at home.
And our home is Miami.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe if it was like Arkansas. Oh, well. Cut that out. Yeah. Freaking Miami.
I know, exactly. Like people come over here
to do college here.
So it's like, why the hell?
Literally,
free living.
Thank God I lived at home from Miami. Because if not, girl, we would have not finished college.
At all.
Okay? We would have not finished college because our college years were fun.
They were fun.
We
Moose
had
juice. Anybody that's from Miami, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know the moose juice.
Yeah. And for all you New Yorkers and Jerseyans and Bostonians that have like come down, just do a quick Google search on moose juice, Miami Coconut Grove. Then you'll know.
Mr. Mose.
God, rest in peace. Anyway, go ahead.
You know what? They like redid it. Oh, we passed by it the other day, right? When we went together to the Grove.
The last time I saw it was under construction.
It was under construction, but I think I think they finished it. Yeah.
Oh my God. It's going to be like bittersweet going in there.
Oh no. You know what? I think I'm confusing it with Barracudas.
Oh yeah.
Because Barracudas is kind of new, right?
They kind of like redid it and whatever, but it's still like a total like beer place. Like
the Sandbar. The Sandbar hasn't changed at all. It still even smells like old.
It does. It really does. Remember that time?
Shout out to Sandbar because Lord knows I was there all the time.
Hell yeah! Like we're not talking shit about you, Sandbar.
We're not talking. This is just that is it.
That is it. If
you did not have a college experience, if you did not get drunk at the Sandbar and embarrass yourself in some sort of way on the stage,
dude. That time that there was something going on and it was kind of like a white t-shirt contest / slime fiasco was going on. Remember, we just walked into that and we're like, what the fuck is happening here? Yeah. And we're like, well, doesn't matter. Let's grab a beer and stay. It looks pretty entertaining. Like, that was pretty much it. You know, and then they had penny beers. Like, how are you going to say no to penny beers when you're in freaking college,
man.
You know? And then you got, like, chicks, like, sliding on through in their white tees and trying to win. Like, I mean, come on. It was just trash and awesome.
It was wild. It was awesome. Yeah. Trash and awesome.
It was college. It was college. Now, you know, the whole Grove is trying to be fancy and all, but you know, we remember
there's
the
still
growth.
that. Yeah, there's still a little bit, a little piece.
Exactly, like Kudas and Sandbar. But anyway,
okay,
back.
Yeah. So I went to Rowan SOM. It is an osteopathic medicine school. So I am a DO doctor.
So explain a little bit about like the difference in DO, because, you know, if anybody saw our like, you know, cover, you'll see
that I'm a DO.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know what a doctor in osteopathic medicine is we do go to medical school. I'm going to try to explain this the easiest way, because I can literally sit here for like an hour and explain this.
Yeah.
But we go to medical school, we take our boards, our medical boards, we prescribe, we do everything. We do have an added class that's called osteopathic manipulative medicine. And that really takes, you know, into account the musculoskeletal system. And we learn different treatments. So anywhere from specific treatments that is somewhat relating to stretches, manipulative medicine, and stuff like that. Almost, you know, like it's
kind of like a holistic type of
It is a little bit holistic. I would say at least it is a little bit holistic. I wouldn't say fully holistic, because we do believe in a combination of treatment, like actual like treatment in the clinic and pharmaceuticals. We just aren't, you know, we try to take, I think the way that they make us learn in school is that it's just a more holistic approach to the full patient.
Got it.
And it's like they always, you know, like the 3 tenets of osteopathic medicine. And it's like body, mind, spirit, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and I'm not trying to discredit that at all.
I mean, you're a DO, so.
Yeah. I'm literally trying to just sum it up as fast as I can. And you know what's crazy is that they used to train us on an elevator speech. Like if someone were to ask us this question, we literally got tested on an elevator speech.
Are you serious?
Yes. So, but I obviously didn't pass the elevator speech.
You went off on a tangent that day.
I did. I went off on a tangent that day. But anyways, unfortunately, I haven't done osteopathic medicine in a really long time, because I did do pediatrics, and where I trained, we did not have a DO doctor that could supervise me into doing these kind of treatments. So I strayed away from it. It's been a while since I practiced it. But you know, I can imagine how confusing it is for people, because now the residencies are merging. So now it's not, you know, it's not a DO residency or an MD residency.
It's all like kind of in the same.
All one, and DOs can apply to MDs. MDs can apply to DOs.
Right.
And
yeah, I remember when Mario was, I mean, you guys,
we all still have different boards per se,
but
we do the same residencies.
Exactly.
So I graduated with a ton of my MD counterparts.
Right. So like, is there a reason why somebody would go DO or MD route? Just, I mean, I'm trying to think of like the questions that most people would have out there when like they're looking up to see a doctor, like they see one that's DO and another one that's MD.
I think before it used to be pretty hard.
Okay.
You know, I think it was really competitive. Like when DO schools first started coming out, I think it definitely opened up a lot of doors for people that really truly wanted to study medicine.
Right.
And just couldn't, because the competition was, it was a lot. You know, a lot of people competing for like 30 spots or something like that.
Exactly.
So I think it opens up a lot of doors. And now I think it just goes like based on your personality. Granted, I haven't been in that world. I haven't been in the application world for a very, very long time.
I have like PTSD on that. Like,
like I haven't been in that world for a really long time. So I'd be interested in getting someone else's opinion right now that's like going through the application process of like if whether they would want to apply from one or the other. But for me, you know, I went to this DO school at Rowan, and it was great. I had a great experience. You know, I had my rotations. I had fantastic doctors, you know, fantastic attendings till this day that I still remember everything that they taught me. And then during my residency, you know, I mainly, I got trained by both MDs and DOs. And, you know, it was great. I got the best of both worlds, but but you can probably touch up on like where you guys moved to Grenada.
Well, yeah. So you did your residency. I mean, not residency. Med school here in the States, and then Mario had gotten waitlisted. I think it was Northwestern or something like that. But then his waitlisting or whatever was for him to have to wait an additional year to like get into med school. And he's like, no, forget it, because then he applied and he got he got accepted in St. George's down in Grenada, which is like a tiny little Caribbean island, 45 minutes north of Venezuela.
My friends freaking love Grenada. I have a ton of friends from SGU.
Yeah. So, I mean, so that's the thing about SGU.
You guys had some crazy festival there. That
Carnival.
Carnival where people would like douse themselves in oil.
Yes.
What the hell?
I don't know.
Oil?
We never went to it because, of course, Mario and his paranoia. Like, God
Why did
forbid.
Why did I not think of that?
Come on. Like, the man can't even go to a freaking strip joint. Like, imagine him in a Bahamian carnival in the, in the Caribbean. Not Bahamian, sorry, but similar to a Bahamian carnival. That's what would happen in Grenada. And it was a lot. It was like a whole thing for like a whole week or maybe sometimes even 2. Like, it's a big deal.
My friends told me that it was like legit
It's a big deal. It's a huge party. Everybody's involved. Businesses close and everything. Like, it's it. And just people go out in the streets and my
friend told me she couldn't get oil out of her hair, like literally motor oil.
Well, a bunch of students would go to class after, like, not the same day, but the following week or whatever. And they were still like either like stained with paint or oil. And like, it was a mess. It was a mess. But
gross.
I mean,
but fun.
Yeah, I guess.
And you guys lived like on top of a hill.
We did. So Grenada's like a very mountainous, hilly, beautiful island. Yeah. Like 100% recommend if you're visiting
it. That's crazy that you guys lived on a Caribbean island.
Yeah, man, for 2.5 years.
That's crazy.
We lived there for 2.5 years in the Rock. That's what we call it, the Rock.
The Rock.
And I mean, it was bittersweet because I mean, it was hard. Like it was a little different from med schools here. Like, they were very much like, if you get a C or less, you're out. Like you get kicked out immediately. There was like no probation or none of that.
Yeah.
So it was really, really hardcore in that. Mario was like, I mean, thank God we had the space for it. Like, his parents are a blessing and supported the hell out of us, throughout that whole journey. And we had that house that we lived on, and he had his own like little, office and all that, which he would pretty much hermit into. Like, he would, come home from like,
hi, honey, okay, bye.
Cool, bye, see you for dinner. So then I literally would have to go over there, hey, dinner's done or whatever. He'd come out and then eat and then go back. It was insane. It was an insane.
And then you got Newman.
And we got Newman there. And which, I'll post a photo of Newman and whatnot. I was volunteering at the GSPCA there. I did that for a while. I fell in love with him, took him. Pretty much that's what happened. And I also did my research there for health economics, which I'm now published for that.
Yes.
I'll go ahead and I'll link it in the show notes. And I also did another research for plastics in the ocean and how they disintegrate and how that goes into our food system, et cetera, et cetera.
It's crazy how much research you've done.
Yeah. I'm a secret nerd, so whatever. And I mean, I had to keep myself busy.
You have a ton of publishings, not only research, but your poetry.
Yeah, that. And then, yes, and then I do that as well. So I do have tangents in my life as well, other than our tangents here.
Wow. Very fitting.
Pod, right? Very fitting. Exactly. Like, I mean, at least, what's the word? Not commitment, but whatever. I stick to the same. Damn it. I can't think of the freaking word. But anyway, yeah, so that was our med school transition. And then from there, we went to, we finished his med schooling, I guess you could say, in New York and Brooklyn for 6 months. Best time of my life. I loved it. I love New York. I will always love New York.
I think we both had really good Northeast experiences.
Oh my God, I freaking loved it.
I think it's just so different from Miami.
Yeah, and there's so much to do. And then, of course,
Tell me how you felt when you moved out of Miami. You're like literally like, oh wow, there's something other than Cubans in the world.
Exactly.
Oh my God, listen, girl.
There was that. And then I didn't even know how to do laundry.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know how to do anything.
I learned everything by myself.
I did. I didn't know how to do anything. I just was like, okay, yeah, I'll follow you, sure. And then I'll just do my research and whatever the hell over there. Cool. So went over here, packed up my bags just like you, always lived with my parents, none of that stuff. So, and we were engaged. So it was first time moving out of my parents' house. First time living together
on an island.
On an island with absolutely no physical support. Like, it was all like just...
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. It was...
Wow.
That first semester was
y'all survive. Y'all are gonna be together till the death.
Well, that's, we can only hope. But
by the way, happy 9 years. They just celebrated their anniversary.
Yes, it was yesterday. But anyway, so yeah, that was hard. 10 out of 10 do not recommend you do that. 10 out of 10. Do not do that, you know?
So, Julie, you don't want me to go live on a Caribbean island with some man?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. Please don't. Please don't. Have that man come over here.
What about the Australian man?
Well, you see, that's not an island. That's a continent. So fine. Like, we'll accept that. Fine. You know, it's okay. But anyway, back to New York. He did his clinical year, or I mean, not even year, like his clinical rotations, that's the word, over there at Brooklyn. He had a horrible time. I had a wonderful time. And yeah, I got to experience
fall. Well, he had a horrible time because of his clinicals.
Probably. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And then while I was experiencing fall and just the beauty that is the seasons in New York. I love like Christmas in New York and all that.
New York is such an experience.
It was awesome.
I could never live there.
Right.
But I love
And now with a kid,
New York.
Absolutely not. Yeah. Because public transportation really and the whole thing with a kid, absolutely not.
It's crazy.
No way. And then we would meet up there a lot, like
dude, when we met up in Brooklyn.
Exactly.
Oh
Dick and James,
my God.
that bar.
Was so, first of all, I just showed up to Brooklyn, okay, with a jean jacket or something like that. Something? Is it in here?
Yes.
Is it in our show notes?
We have show notes, guys. El mono está soplando.
Yeah.
Of course, back then we didn't have kids. We didn't worry about anything other than our damn selves.
Yeah, we literally didn't worry about anything except for our damn selves. And it's like, think about it like these friends from college.
From Miami,
like living on their own.
We don't know what cold is.
We haven't seen each other in a really long time because
months and months.
It was like you guys were in Grenada, I was in Jersey. Literally, probably the only times that we would ever see each other is when we were back home for Christmas or something. And then somehow we end up, the stars align, and we end up in Brooklyn together.
Yes.
And then I just show up, and you guys lived in a freaking beautiful brownstone.
Well, it was like the first level of an old brownstone. It was like divided by each floor.
And then we had the bottom one. It wasn't big or anything like that, but it was like true Brooklyn feel.
I was so about it.
It was so nice. And I loved your little patio that you guys had.
We were blessed to, I mean, I'm telling you, like my in-laws are amazing. Like Lucy found my mother-in-law.
Of course Lucy would find
She found it because she knew that we were there with Newman, and she's like, no, I need to find a patio, something for Newman. I'm like, we're in New York. That does not exist. But it existed, and she found it. And we're like, we're in. And we were there for 6 months, and you stayed and bonded with Newman.
I did. Oh my God. Newman was like my new best friend. We slept together. It was adorable. I don't sleep with any animal, by the way. Like, I literally don't like any animals inside my room or anything like that. But Newman, he was such a cute little cuddle monster. Yeah.
He was like, him. He's like, I got it. Like, just let me scoot.
I know. He was like literally like behind my little legs.
Oh my God.
Oh man,
it was good times.
We were freezing.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh right, so you only went with that little jacket, and then all of a sudden,
thank God, Julie, because that's where our personalities kick in. Julie is a prepared person, and I'm a savage. I'm a savage.
Mind you, you're the one that went to med school, okay?
I know. I was literally living in Jersey, so I don't know how I thought that it was okay to just show up in like a little jean jacket or whatever to Brooklyn, New York, and it was like probably December or something.
Well, yeah, it was like the fall.
It was like the fall.
It was the fall,
but the fall in New York is not like the fall here. Okay, the fall in New York is like October. I'm like bringing out my freaking North Face.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
Like, and people would call me ridiculous, and I don't care.
No.
It was freezing.
Yeah, at least for us it was.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like it started off crazy because it was delicious. It was like in the 70s, wonderful during the day. All of a sudden, it's getting closer to dinner time. We're walking over to like where we're gonna have dinner,
and they're like, a little chilly.
What's that draft? It's getting a little...
It's getting under my jacket.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, let me just see what's happening. All of a sudden, it says like in 2 hours or 3 at most, it was going to drop down to 30. I'm like, how the hell does that even happen? And you're like, I can't do 30. El mono está soplando.
El mono está soplando.
So the literal translation of that, it's a Cubanism. And the literal translation of that is the monkey is whistling?
Whistling? Yeah. You know, like
is it
monkeys
whistling?
And they do like
that's what it is. So it's like, so then it's just like an old thing that our parents say, and then I'm like, oh crap. So then I found her a jacket that I had and whatever. She used it for the rest of the weekend, but that was awesome. That was freaking awesome.
We had a great time.
We really did. So then that was med school, and then residency. You did it where?
Yeah, so then residency. So for those of you that don't know, residency is like tough. Exactly. So it's like after you graduate your 4 years from medical school, you're finally into your specialization. I chose pediatrics, so I matched into pediatrics. We can do a whole entire podcast on match.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Which is like freaking insane. But pretty much you interview all over the US.
All over.
Okay. All over the US.
Yep.
For a specialty position in your residency.
It could be anything like surgery, internal medicine.
Exactly.
Like
OB-GYN,
my husband, family medicine.
Family med. Yeah. It can be anything.
Pediatrics like you know, all these things. Yeah.
PM&R, all these things. So you interview for these specialties.
Yeah.
And then...
and you have the choice in picking what...
You rank them. You don't even have a choice. You just rank them. That's like the most control we had over
That's true. Yeah.
Our like interviews. But we rank them, and then the hospitals rank them. And then on one, random March day, they have some logarithm in a computer that matches people the best they can into their programs.
Yeah, and we're using like a lot of quotes, air quotes here, because it's a very like smoke and screens type of like situation.
No, you literally don't know where the hell you're going.
Nothing. And it's like, exactly. It's like something that important.
Yeah. And there's people with families. Like there's people with kids that are like in Jersey and could potentially match into a program in California. And you have from March till June to figure your shit out to get to your freaking matched residency.
Exactly. Move your whole life to wherever the heck that is, in like a matter of like, I don't know, 2 months or whatever.
Yeah, because I think match is like mid-March.
Yeah. And typically,
And residencies start mid-June, or at least orientation for residencies start mid-June.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane.
So I matched into Tampa.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. I freaking loved my residency
I'm so glad you landed in Tampa
my
because
God.
Tampa's freaking awesome. Like
it's so good.
It's like the perfect.
So good. Go USF. I love you guys. I will forever be a USF fan.
It's like that perfect balance of like a big city, but then not.
It's like big city, small city vibes.
And then you still have the Cuban thing, so you kind of feel like you're a little bit at home. Still.
Oh yes.
Like,
if I ever wanted a croqueta,
it's there.
Or if I ever wanted a cortadito, I just drove to West Tampa, and it would meet the expectations.
That's awesome. Oh, I wish like us.
In Texas.
We landed in San Antonio, Texas. Absolutely not.
No, I know.
We had to, oh my God, what is that? Goldbelly. We use Goldbelly. Goldbelly, if you want to sponsor us, I'm all down. Thanks to them, we got Sergio's croquetas.
No.
Like, yes, they freeze dried them. And then like they FedExed it over to us. Like, well, we had some Chicago friends over there in San Antonio that they were also doing the residency there. And she's from Chicago. Sam, you got to meet her. I freaking love her. And Anna, she's from like the valley there in like McAllen, Texas and stuff. But she was also training with Mario. So them two, love them. You got to meet them. But anyway, Sam from Chicago, she was like, oh, I sometimes have the worst craving for like a Chicago deep dish, from whatever. There's like one of her favorite places. And she's like, I get it from Goldbelly. Like, look it up because it's like a company, and then they have like all these famous restaurants, like for instance here, La Carreta Versailles, Sergio's, all that,
I'm literally shocked right now.
Yeah, and then like from New York, you got like these very popular pizzerias or whatever, and then they like freeze dry them.
So you mean to
FedEx it over to you.
So you mean to tell me that I could have had Isla Canaria?
Yeah.
Croquetas.
Yeah, man.
Whenever I wanted.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
I only found out through Sam. I had no idea. I wish I knew that.
Wow.
Julie,
but I thought we were friends.
I know, man. Like, sorry, that was my bad. That's my bad. I messed up there, man. I'm sorry.
The croquetas, though.
The croquetas, man. They're important. Croquetas are important, and croquetas are life. And if you haven't tried a croqueta, please go try one. Sometimes Target sells them, like the frozen ones. They're not that great, but
no.
No.
Goldbelly.
Goldbelly.
Yeah,
sponsor
and
us.
if they have,
this is totally for free.
And if you don't sponsor us, just get Goldbelly. Apparently, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
And Versailles is pretty good. La Carreta's okay.
Yeah.
Y La Canaria is the best though. Hands down.
Best ones. And then if you live in Miami or visiting Miami, whatever the situation is, best croquetas in town are Tinta Café.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. Tinta Café, yeah.
Hands down. Best sandwiches too. Best Cuban sandwiches. But anyway, okay, so we went off on a tangent too. What the heck?
Yes.
Anyway, so we were at residencies. So yeah, I didn't do the residency. My husband did residency in San Antonio, Texas. University of Texas, San Antonio. Mm-hmm. Whoop, whoop. Anyway, we had a wonderful time there. We were there for 3 years. He did family med, met some awesome people. Texas was awesome as well. Like I
love Texas.
I love Texas. Honestly, like the fact that I could just like travel maybe 30, 45 minutes north or wherever, and I'm like in a farm little town or one of these like
the Germantown that we went
to. Yeah, like it's just like
all those Christmas lights. Oh my god, I'm having all these memories.
I know, yeah, because Evie came and visited us like sometime in Christmas and whatnot, and we had a ball of a time. But like, it's honestly like I have nothing but good things to say about Texas. It was really, really good. They need some Cuban food there for sure. They had none. But anyway, that's another subject. But yeah, Texas, San Antonio, Bernie area, Castroville, Fredericksburg, Sonora, all those areas, like amazing. So we had a good time, but then we're back here now, and Mario's working at a clinic, similar to like how you were talking about your clinic, except he's not in South Beach. He's in Miami Gardens. Miami Lakes, one of the Miami something or another, pretty much 45 minutes north from where we're recording right now, which is my home in my bedroom. Yeah. And then we're kind of like in the kind of center-ish of Miami, like the Gables type of.
This is a great spot.
Yeah. I mean, I like that I'm close to everything here. So
I'm more Kendall. Woo woo.
Hell
Kendall,
yeah.
baby.
Hell yeah.
But you have such a good spot. You're like not too far from Brickell. You're like literally a block away from Coral Gables.
Yeah. So we got lucky. This is my old parents' home, and then we fixed it up a bit, and now we're living here. So all things good there. And yeah, so those are, my husband's residency story and Evie's residency story. And yeah, I mean, anything else that we needed to touch up on the CV? I mean,
I don't think so. I mean, Julie, okay, you talked a lot about Mario, but like you,
okay.
Like, let's talk about your business,
oh boy, okay.
your poetry,
oh boy.
Because this girl, she's a girl of many talents.
Oh Lord, okay, sure.
I'm just like serious.
I know you're being serious. But
no, and I'm like being completely honest, not because she's my bestie, but I am being honest. Like how do you create these designs for your like journals and all these things, like the plants, the neon plants? I'm like, that is so,
dude, I was like
good.
Honestly, I was eating shit like late last year. This actually started with like a caja china.
Eating shit, by the way, is like the Cubanism, is another Cubanism, because apparently no one uses that outside of Miami.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people say eat shit, but they don't say like eating shit.
Like the action.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
It. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Okay,
comes from comiendo mierda.
Exactly.
But,
exactly. So it came from actually la caja china. And for all of you that don't know, caja china is pretty much like a box, and
it a pig in.
Exactly, with charcoal and whatever.
And it sounds very savage-like, but it's delicious. It's what we do all the time.
Exactly.
And Mario's an expert at it.
He is, and he takes it very, very seriously. And it's like
he has a little headlight.
Oh my god, it's so annoying. But anyway, he does it every year, sometime either November or December. It's a very serious thing to him. But last year we had it, and for those of you that are still not getting the picture of what a caja china is. A lot of people kind of like, at least our white friends have like seen it, and they're like, oh, it's kind of like what the Hawaiians do, but it's not in the ground. It's like up in a box. And I'm like, exactly.
Yeah. So, which we used to do it in the ground too.
Back in Cuba. Our parents.
Exactly.
But then
I used to do it in my backyard.
Holy shit.
My grandpa used to literally dig up a hole, put cinder blocks and coal. And we used to do the pig in the ground.
But that's freaking badass. I love that. No, I've never done it in the ground. I've always done like, just the...
But that's it. I don't think like a lot of Cubans do it anymore, like in the ground, because the caja chinas have gotten so good.
Yeah, and it's like so much easier too.
Yeah,
you just like easier. Store it away and whatever. Yeah. But it started off with that because like, since it was the first Cajatina from when we came back from Texas and the whole thing, and we're at our house and all that, I wanted to make it a little special. And then like I wanted to make like a little banner, a little like electronic invite for all our little friends, whatever. And then I got onto Canva and I started playing around with it. And I had so much fun doing it. Then like I just kept on like making random other little designs using
Canva.
You
have your own designs.
And then I just took it off because Mario was like, okay, why don't you just like keep going and like put it up in an Etsy store or whatever. I'm like, I'm gonna do that. And then I did it. So and then earlier this year, he had always been hassling me about like, instead of just like writing your poetry and doing nothing with it, like why don't you like actually publish it? So I'm like, okay. So I went onto Canva and I did that too. And so, yeah, I'm selling that on Amazon. I'll link it in the bottom of our show notes, but that's pretty much me. And
Julie has a lot of stuff on her storefront, so definitely go visit it. I'm not trying to like put her business out there, like shameless plug though. She has a lot of good shit. So for everyone living in Miami and not in Miami, her products are great.
But yeah, thanks, girl. So that's pretty much us. I mean, I'm trying to think of anything else that we left off on our CB.
First podcast.
First episode. Pretty much down. And, okay, so elaborating a little bit more on what is to come in the following episodes, from here on out. We're going to, like Evie had mentioned, we're going to try to like keep it to one, maximum two issues, medically related like topics. Mm-hmm. It could be anything.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention.
Usually going to be something with some sort of
spiciness.
Comedy, spicy. I love it.
Something that could easily be funny, I guess. Let's just leave it to that.
Y'all can definitely comment and join in on the fun with that.
Please. And then we definitely want to bring in guests, and we have a bunch of like guests that we're already thinking about, like from all different sorts of like professions. So like teachers, cops, attorneys, all that stuff. And just trying to get their perspective and mixing that in with the medical perspective, see what happens with that. Conversations are typically pretty funny with that too, when you mix the two. So we're going to play around with that as well in the future episodes. And we're definitely going to include some listener stories or questions or just listener interactions. Right now, we're kind of like still playing with that. And of course, we want to build our community. So we want to hear from you listeners. Email us. Our email is in our Instagram page, which is Funny Medicine Podcast. And you could also find us on TikTok with Funny Medicine Podcast.
Oh, I'm gonna hit up that TikTok.
Yeah. We're
millennials, so just be patient with us.
Where's my floppy disk? That was me earlier today. Trying to figure out GarageBand and
she was trying to figure it out, and she was like, "Evie, it took me forever." And I'm like, "You were searching for the floppy disk."
Yeah.
And if you're a millennial, you know the floppy disk.
Exactly. So I'm here like, what? I don't know. So I don't promise you the most beautiful of like synchronistic TikToks out there, like all these creators. Like I don't think I have the knowledge for that.
But the worst part is that we literally spend all our time on TikTok.
I know.
So
I know. Exactly.
we just look. We don't create.
Yeah. Exactly. We're gonna try to change. We're gonna try. We're gonna try to change that so you can find us there. And back to the listener stories and interactions. Like definitely DM us either in Instagram or emailing us. That'd be great too at funnymedicine305@gmail.com. You can find that also on our Instagram page with any crazy medical story that you've had, any funny medical story that you've had, anything you want to share. The only thing that I guarantee will not be even like entertained will be if you're trying to have Evie diagnose you, your kid, something.
Oh, yeah.
That's not happening. I'm sorry, but it's just not happening. So we're here for comedy.
Yeah, exactly.
We're here to share your story.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
But we're not here to diagnose.
Nope. Not going to diagnose anyone.
She is off the clock.
I am off the clock. Yeah. Oh, girl, I take my off the clock seriously.
Exactly. So that's what we're looking for. And if you have anything like that, please email it, DM it, comment it, whatever it is. So
we're excited.
We're excited. We're looking forward to like listening to all of you guys, and yeah, let's see what happens. Awesome. We're going to try to We're going to try to release an episode every week.
Yes.
And yeah, wish us luck and hope you listen.
Hope you listen, guys. I'll see you, or we'll see you on the next episode.
Whoop, whoop.